The sound of the final buzzer means it's hangover time. So grab a drink and join your host, Alphonse Sidney, for a Miami Heat Beat post-game show.
Omar. Yeah. Omar coming, yo. Omar coming, yo. Did you hear that? Omar coming. Come on. Get out of here, yo. Omar coming. Put that shit down. Say Omar coming, yo. Somebody is coming now. Come on, let's go. Yeah.
He's back. Heat win. Heat win. Bam is on the block. Hide your kids. Hide your wife. Hide the cocaine. We back, baby. Kyle Lowry was out, but it feels like we have been kind of whole for the first time in weeks. The Heat pull out a nice win against a very tough Raptors team. This game was awesome. People were getting their asses kicked, falling all over the floor. This lady in the front row got her teeth knocked out. She broke her phone, lost her beer, but she got picked up by the Dolphins to work on their offensive line. So it's all good. Take me out, Brass. That was a mean thing to say about that big lady, but she took a hit, man. Goddamn. I would have been in traction. She is okay.
Shit.
She took that hit like a champ. My whole back have been fucked up. The way my shit's
Even the fans take charges.
Right? I am Alphonse Sidney, a.k.a. Alf954. Welcome into the Miami Heat Beat post-game show, Hangover Time. If you're watching on Twitch, live, thank you. We love you. Jump in the chat. Talk your shit. Make fun of Kenny. Make fun of G when he lifts his arm up and they're pasty and they're flying around. Don't make fun of Tiff because you will get roasted. And if you're watching on YouTube, we love you. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. And let's find out what everybody's drinking on this wonderful Monday night. I want to find out what you're drinking. I'm actually drinking a LaCroix tonight. I don't even know what this is, but it's not alcohol apparently, and I'm a little bit frustrated by that. And I also want to know who is your player of the game. G, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm drinking
you can't pick Kyle Lowry.
No, I'm not. I'm having a yuzu gin and tonic. I had the last time on Hangover Time with a little star anise. It's a nice little combo for me on a Monday night. Refreshing. Listen, I know that Raptor fans are mad at Caleb Martin today. He's not a dirty player. That motherfucker is awesome. That effort on that chase down block, even though he got dunked on, it's an effort you love. Comes back the other end, hit him with the inside out dribble, yelled at the crowd. That's my guy, dude. That's the moment for me of the game. That they went on a run after that and they didn't look back.
Someone says they're drinking Raptor fan tears.
By the way, shout out to Eric the Great already. 3 gifted subs, and Vane Hype gifted a tier 1 to OG Ananobi.
We love you, Eric, and we love you, Vane Hype, for consistently providing subscriptions to our enemies.
I love commitments to bits.
Commitment to the bit. I love it. Tiff, yes. What are you drinking on tonight, and who was your player of the game?
Oh, I got a little G and T myself. My player of the game. I'm gonna go PJ. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go PJ. Cause that
dagger 3.
Well, it's not even the dagger, but he's just steady as the wind blows. Like, he doesn't get up, he doesn't get down. He's just there when you need him. And yes, the dagger 3 because we fucking need it.
He doesn't get up because he can't jump that high because he's old. And he doesn't get down because he can't get back up. Brass. What are you drinking tonight, and who was your player of the game?
Tonight I am drinking a drink called a Sunflower, which is equal parts gin, Saint Germain, Cointreau, lemon juice, and it has an absinthe rinse to it. My player of the game.
Right?
What's a rinse? How does that work?
Either you you spray a little bit in there, or just have it and swirl it around and then dump it. It just gives you like a little bit of a taste. My player of the game. Listen, Jimmy Butler got a triple-double, and I want to give him his props. And it's so funny that he got a triple-double because it's so many times during this game, Jimmy was kind of maddening.
Yeah.
And it's just like, fuck, man, like how many shots are you going to miss around the rim lately? It's so bad. But But look what he can do. Look what he can still pull out a triple-double performance on a night where you're upset with him.
And even as upset you, I mean, he was 6 for 14. That's kind of rough. But he got to the line 8 times, and that's what we were kind of missing without Jimmy. I do want to point out this Fez Butter comment. He asked, why do we care what Raptors fans think of Caleb? I found that weird how G brought that up. Like, hey, Raptors fans, Caleb, fuck Raptors fans.
I'm plugged in.
Why are you addressing them motherfuckers? They ain't here. They don't got internet like this in Canada. Got YouTube up there and Twitch. Fuck them. And all those fucking Canadians in FTX Arena because you escaped your igloos and came down to fucking good weather. And I heard you motherfuckers cheering for the Raptors. We don't play that shit in our arena. We do that shit other places. Fucking Canadians.
I made it back to work. What do you want to know? What more you want out of me?
Driving poorly in fucking traffic. Fuck, go out of here. Go back to the fucking frozen tundra where you come from. Kenny, what are you drinking tonight?
Jesus Christ.
And fuck Canada. And who's your player of the game?
All right, so anybody who watches the show know I don't switch it up until I run out. I still got some rum left, so I got rum and coke. Player of the game, I'm gonna go in a direction everybody expects me to go Tyler. No, I'm going Bam Adebayo. Teams are still terrified of him as a roller. His shot wasn't falling, doesn't matter. He did what Bam does. Those are gonna fall. I'm going with Bam.
And you know what? Since nobody went with Tyler, I'm going to go with Tyler because he was the best player on the floor tonight. Like, he was finding seams in the lane. Like, I mean, like he had been watching Jimmy and actually finishing the layups instead of blowing the layup or kicking out on an open layup. But, I mean, he was finding seams in the lane, getting to the rim against a team that should be giving him fits. Like, that Raptor length is absolutely ridiculous. It should be fucking investigated by the league. Like, how they found every long arm motherfucker on the planet to play on their team. Like, it's wild. But, like, I mean, there was a point, I don't even know who was playing guard. Every motherfucker out there had a 7-foot wingspan. And amongst those trees, Tyler's getting to the rim, finishing around the basket. I mean, absolutely amazing game from him tonight. Like, he kept, like, when the Raptors were coming back in that third quarter, when they got a 3-point lead, it was Tyler that kept knocking them back. And I mean, it's just, it was Goran-esque tonight, the way he played, the way he provided those relief points. And you said that was racist?
That's high praise.
Oh, I think it was racist.
No.
I'm just so used to what we do on this show. I'm sorry. But it was. I mean, we talked about it a lot last year and I've talked about it for a few years now. What I loved about Goran is when the team needed some points manufactured out of nowhere, like, and Jimmy wasn't on the floor or Jimmy didn't have it going. If Goran didn't have it going, there was nobody on this team that could do it. Now Tyler is starting to get that in his bag. He is just, I mean, beating guys off the dribble, just doing everything, actual 3-level scoring. And I mean, I thought it was super impressive tonight when you got guys like OG and whatever, the motherfucker with the long arms. That's all of them.
That's all.
Siakam and what's the other one? Boucher. Bobby Boucher. All those motherfuckers. And he was getting to the rim, G. I thought it was amazing.
It was. And by the way, quick shout out to Patron Chief for the Tier 1 sub. It's Mac Pro with another Tier 1 sub and Marquise116 with a Tier 1 sub. But yeah, Alf, I mean, the development as a passer as well, I think has been not talked about enough, making kind of more complicated reads. When guys overpass, you could trust Tyler not to be that way. He's going to look to score. He's, it's not even just the length, it's the switching. The Raptors switch a ton, and they were switching 1 through 5 at all times. And Tyler was attacking quick and decisively, knew exactly what he wanted to do at all times. And it's that kind of development as a scorer that I think none of us thought he would take this quickly. The finishing at the rim, I mean, I know his numbers aren't great, but the degree of difficulty on some of them, like they're high off the glass. They're like some fucking weird finger roll off the, you know what I mean, with some English. He's been fantastic. The attacking of the switches, I thought, at times when Miami's offense bogged down, he was the one that kind of got them back into gear a little bit. Just fantastic. I mean, he's been doing this last couple games and against kind of similar matchups. So shout out to Tyler and shout out to Ali Dubs for another Tier 1 sub. Man, chat's popping today.
Tiff, Bam comes back. Dedmon comes off the bench.
I was dozing after that damn.
I mean, rusty as shit, right? But we saw, well, what I'll say is you saw with the center rotation, they did not play Yurt tonight. I think
He wasn't going to play tonight.
Twitter told me otherwise.
Oh,
Well,
fuck
Twitter didn't understand the foot speed that was going to be happening on the court tonight. Like, it wasn't. That's why I keep saying this team is going to be matchup dependent.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to play tonight, and that's fine because he wasn't going to be able to run up and down the court with those young kids.
But what I wanted to ask you about is Bam's defense, because that shit did not look rusty. I mean, my man was back in full form tonight.
That's the thing that doesn't get rusty. Those instincts and him being able to move his feet. The shot, that'll come back along. But Bam looked good. I'm actually happy because I didn't think he would look as good as he did, actually.
And Kenny, Gabe tonight, I thought Gabe's defense, and not just Gabe. I want to talk about Gabe, Strus, and Caleb. And people talking about rotation. What I will say, and I kind of want you to, your thoughts on is, you saw Strus hit a big three in the fourth, but he started getting kind of cold. They brought Caleb, they brought Gabe. Spo has so many options. That's why I don't think there's nothing to this nailing down a 9-man rotation, because like Tiff said, it's going to be matchup dependent, and depending on who's got the hot hand, who's defending, Spo's going to play the right guy to pull out a win.
Yeah, it's matchup dependent, and in the playoffs, I've said this before, nobody's fully healthy in the playoffs, so guys are probably going to go missing at some point. So guys are confident, they know what they can do. I do want to talk about Gabe Vincent's defense, though. I'm not sure if he came into the league that great of a defender. I saw some stuff last year, but tonight he's getting all types of strips and deflections. And to be a role player and to not get called on those strips for fouls is clean. 100% clean. And so I got to give him credit for that. Caleb Martin is just ridiculous. He reminds me of Jimmy at times. And I'm not skilled enough, obviously, but he reminds me of Jimmy at times. And Strus, typically a bad defender, but he played some great defense tonight. He got some deflections. He blocked a dunk. Got to give credit where it's due. Not typically a great defender, but he played his ass off on the end tonight.
G, you were talking about Caleb and Jimmy at the top of the defense and just them swarming and all. The intensity, even on that Scotty Barnes dunk, like the intensity of these dudes is just outrageous. And I think because these guys are in and out the lineup, they're fresh, and like you said, they're swarming. It's crazy watching those guys on the perimeter. A weakness last year, by the way. A huge weakness on this team last year. They could not defend the perimeter. This year it's a strength, and that's wild.
Alf, they found an athletic shooting wing for a 2-way contract. That's what everybody in the league wants. Yep. They want him. He shoots the ball well. He's everybody knows how I value spacing over everything. And not that Caleb's just drop like marksman or whatever. The activity that he gives you everywhere on the floor offsets the fact that he's not an elite shooter. He's just a good to like little bit above average shooter. And the pressure that you get on the ball with him, the fact that he can defend literally 1 through 5, right? Like he was on Pascal, OG, Freddie, everybody. The switching, him and Butler together, like them putting pressure on the ball is. I mean, they had Fred VanVleet in the 7th layer of hell. He'd bring the ball up and they'd like randomly trap him. And I mean, what the fuck do? You have Jimmy Butler and this extraterrestrial with long arms that can jump out of the fucking gym. Like it's insane. I mean, he's been a revelation. I was stunned that either he and Gabe weren't closing, right? Because like I thought either one of those guys have earned it. But I said in the chat, Alf, I'm not so sure that like there are nights that you're gonna have to. Caleb's gonna have to close a lot of playoff games. Like he's that good.
But yeah, I think the depth that we have is going to be very beneficial because I think Spo's going to be a little less stubborn. I don't think Spo's going to be so locked in to his same usual lineups all the time that we have complained about Spo for years. It's like it's like the one thing that we all kind of have complained about Spo in the past is just his stubbornness. And to Tiff's point earlier, it's so matchup dependent. And a game like Kyle had been playing, with the exception of last game, Kyle had been playing really good. And for Kyle Lowry not to play tonight, and for Yurt, who has been playing great as of late, for him not to play, and you could still pull out a win with those guys getting rest, that's so good. It's so good to be able to have that and to be able to sit those guys and get the rest for those guys and be able to pull out these wins. I love. I mean, this has got to be one of Spo's favorite teams ever.
I think Leif on the timeline, Tiff said this is the deepest Miami Heat team in history, and it feels hyperbolic, but is it?
No, I mean, look at the championship teams. Look at the big three, and then look at the 06 team. Who was on the bench?
There's a lot of Greg Odins and
Eric Dampier.
Oh, Eric Dampier. There's a lot of
Happy
There's a lot of dead weight on the end of those benches, man.
Yeah.
No, LeBron really made them just bring Big Z.
Right.
He's like,
but no, you're right. There's a lot of dead weight then, but like now you can look at the bench and go, no hesitation.
And these guys are ready. They are ready.
Right. Gabe didn't miss a beat. And
it didn't. You didn't think. First of all, Gabe didn't play last game. And we're like,
still need
Gabe out of the
answers.
rotation.
I still want answers on that.
About that because
that's so weird because
why
it
do you
help
need
so
answers?
much.
They cut
because we want answers.
I'm just curious.
But it makes sense. I mean, they decided just to cut the guard rotation. They umped Kyle and Tyler's minutes, and that was it. It's not like a dude
we
took
know
his
that.
minutes. No, but that's the explanation.
That's not the explanation.
Why is that not an explanation?
Because that's the generic form of.
No, but that's
I just gave him extra minutes.
No, but that's what I mean. Like,
this is what we do on this show. Don't come on here with your numbers.
I'm telling you what I think.
This is what we do on this show. Don't come on here with your numbers. Thank you.
Well, I didn't do it, G. I don't want you to hate me all over again.
Did he take himself out?
Wow. He's pissed. Look at this guy.
He's tweeting about the Raptors.
What's it? Are you joining a Raptor Spaces right now?
Your mom said what? Oh my god.
Gee, you're on the air.
Oh, maybe he is doing something important.
What the fuck just happened?
Nobody cares about what I gotta say, so I'm telling.
What the fuck?
Oh, continue.
Anyway, no, but you saw tonight. You talk about Gabe being cold. He didn't play last game, and then it seemed in the fourth quarter. We know Spo. That lineup that he has at 5 minutes is probably going to be the lineup when the buzzer sounds. Right. He made a change around, I think, I'm not sure for sure, but like 2 minutes left and brought Gabe back in for Strus because Strus was cold. And like you guys been saying, Gabe was just ready. You know what I'm saying? Like he was ready to go. He a couple big defensive plays, and it was just you just see it night after night. No matter who they call upon, Kenny, they come in the game and they're ready to go.
It's like I've been saying all season. Them getting decimated with COVID and injuries has been a blessing in disguise. All these guys, Gabe, he had no idea what his role would be. Same with Max. Same with anybody you can name as far as that part of the rotation. They didn't know what their role would be. Some guys probably weren't even sure they would fit in the league. And now they've been running through teams as starters, getting big minutes. So now they're back in their regular roles. So Gabe, he knows he can come in with a few minutes left and get the job done. Same with Max. Same with all those guys.
Yeah, in a normal season where you're not decimated by injuries and COVID, some of these guys aren't touching the floor at all.
And
they probably have
the confidence.
Yeah, they don't have the confidence.
Gabe is not worried about, am I going to get pulled? He knows that if Kyle's out, he's going to get some playing time. And he knows that when his number was called, he was able to perform at a high level. So, sometimes I think people are way too worried, and I'm included, about who's getting minutes, who's not getting minutes. And Tiff, you say it all the time, like there's going to be injuries, and these guys are going to get their numbers called, even if they have to sit down a game or two.
Right. But we're enjoying watching these guys. Like that's the best thing. Like there's no reason for us to be, and I keep saying it, I don't care who's in the minutes, who's getting the minutes, who's not. Whoever's on the floor, let's just hope they play well. Because we're going to need these guys. I mean, like, you think listen, Kevin Durant went down 4 to 6 weeks. That could be anybody. Everybody in the East got their ass whooped today. But you know who didn't?
We haven't even talked about
But you know who didn't?
The Miami Heat. Actually, I felt like both the Heat and the Raptors got their ass whooped tonight. But somebody had to.
That's not the hair Bernie had today.
That ain't.
Oh man,
he came out prison fresh.
I don't know. I don't know
Not
about
on
that
Martin Luther
hairstyle.
King Day.
Bernie.
That was not a good idea, but you know,
Not great
we'll,
timing.
Bernie had a dream.
Appropriation situation.
I've seen Bernie dance. He black.
He's 100% black.
Let's go because this
Some
was
of
a
the
physical.
Red.
This was a physical game, and the Heat. They didn't shoot a lot of. They didn't hit a lot of threes tonight. Still pulled it out, but what they did do was get in the paint. So
They
let's
were
go
cold.
to our ga of the game. I couldn't pick one, so I picked three. Because there's two that were without a doubters. But anytime I see Jimmy get up, I love it.
Oh, precious.
On Precious. There was a couple on Precious tonight.
was
But
a
I mean the way he
that one,
moves in the air. Oh, go back.
Yeah, no, I thought I had like a replay on that one. I don't. Save it for the
I
other
mean
ones.
the way he repositioned himself in the air, like the adjustment, that is wild. I think some of these injuries, quote unquote, and these COVID protocols, like it has kept these guys' legs fresh. Because at this point of the season last year, Jimmy couldn't jump over a piece of loose leaf. But now he's, dunking on Precious. I mean, I could dunk on Precious, but that's not the point.
I don't know. Come on.
All right.
Next one.
Now the next one, this was the play of the game. Until later. The little give and go flies by Van Vliet, and then he's like, "Oh, Precious, I remember you." On your bitch ass. I mean, he snuck that motherfucker in there. That was like that that Kendrick Nunn special. And then look at Dedmon calling for the foul.
Right.
What a teammate.
Get well soon, Kendrick.
Oh, Kendrick Nunn out another 4 to 6 weeks with a
You don't
setback.
say.
You don't say.
Shout out to him for robbing the
Defensive-
Lakers. I knew he had good intentions.
Only good
Don't
thing
talk
he's
about
done.
defensive specialists like that.
Oh, go back a little bit. I just love this because you see the defensive intensity. Look at Caleb. Look at Gabe. I mean, crying for the shut up, Boucher. Nobody calling that foul for you. And here we go. And then you,
Caleb don't give a damn.
bro. And the reason he did, I think one of the reasons he screamed that loud is because Scotty Barnes was over here screaming for a fucking rebound on the play before, and he came down and on your bitch ass, bro. I love this fucking guy, man. Like, first of all, we got the good twin. We were worried about that in the off season. So we absolutely
Yes.
We got right Twix.
Oh, we matrixed that shit against none. We was out there like, no, go to the Lakers.
Oh, you let Dunn walk? Yes, we did.
We actually gave that motherfucker a ride.
On the PJ. Oh, you need to get the. Oh no, we on the way. Pat's going to Malibu. He'll drop you right off.
I like to imagine that Pat just like didn't return his calls. Like,
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Pat
Like-
in his house talking about, shh. Don't nobody say nothing.
Like, he hiding behind.
Kendrick outside.
Nunn's outside. Shut the fuck up. Nunn is outside. He's trying to get a deal.
sorry, Kendrick, don't work cap space. I don't know what to tell you.
You know, Riley did that thing with the text message. Like, oh man, I guess I didn't see this.
I thought I answered.
I thought
I thought
I'd text you back. Oh
No. What he did is after he signed with the Lakers, he sent them. We'd love to have you back. Oh, I thought I sent that 2 weeks ago. My bad, Kendrick. My bad. Yeah.
How long is your camera going to be out, G? Is that 4 to 6 more weeks or what? What are we talking?
Came back before Kendrick did.
What are we back first? I saw someone have put a poll up there, and I'm gonna ask you guys, what was better, the Caleb dunk or the Tyler dunk?
Caleb. It's just the moment of that happened before the review of the call, the fact that he got dunked on. Because when he's coming down the floor, he had to make a decision. He's like, I got a trailer, but he busts out that inside out dribble. I was like, ooh, where'd that come from? And he went and he fucking screamed. He dunked on Pascal, probably got fouled, and fucking screamed to the crowd. And I'm like,
That's awesome.
Maybe
So-
play of the season. I don't know. I
The
fucking
sequence was really fun.
Yeah.
I got up and started screaming in my apartment. My neighbors probably think I'm crazy.
The only reason I'll pick the Tyler one is because that's what Caleb does in a sense.
Yeah.
You would never expect Tyler to get up and dunk on somebody.
Well,
So
I
I'll
like
give it
a
to Tyler.
little- Tyler's
I
felt
like
a little racially charged.
I like the Tyler dunk for the narrative. Like,
Yeah, and he's
Tyler
on the
dunking
former
on
Heat player.
Precious.
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh yeah, the narrative there is just
the narrative for
pretty
the
great.
for the
Yes.
Raptor fan.
No.
I saw some people like, oh man, look at all the rebounds Precious is getting. But we have a play.
He kept missing shots.
We have a play from Precious.
layups, and he got him back.
We have a play from Precious that I'm sure Raptors Twitter doesn't want us to replay. But let's go ahead. You got that, bro?
End of the first half.
Look at
Look at
Pascal.
all the other Raptors. Look at Boucher.
Look at Pascal. Watch his head. Watch he drop his head.
Tyler guarding him is also really funny.
Yes.
Oh my God. Look at Boucher. Look at Scotty.
Pascal. Look at Pascal.
He didn't move for 10 seconds.
Wide
again,
open in the
please.
corner.
Every time you watch this, watch a different Raptors player. It's fucking amazing.
Let's hit it one more time with that. Come
One
on,
more
it's too fucking good.
Just watch a different
They're not
Raptors
even
player every
moving.
time.
I'm watching Scotty.
Look at him.
He
my
just
God.
quit on the play. He's just
my
standing there.
But neither
The-
one of them are moving.
Just the head.
Him
Just,
or
oh,
Pascal.
God damn it.
I think Fred was walking back to the locker room as that was
Oh,
happening.
and
He
Boucher
just-
just gave a whole full body.
Boucher
Kyle.
was doing that Dedmon clap that Moose does.
Yeah. So, G, this like you watch all the Raptors games pretty much. Does this happen a lot? Because all of those looks from all those players seems like fuck, here we
Doesn't
go.
happen
again.
like that. I mean, he'll do goofy stuff, and then everyone's like, "Bro, what the fuck?" But that was like bad. That was clearly. Oh, I got them. I got Tyler on me. Revenge game. Blah blah blah. And he went for it. And after a certain point, I think everyone was like, "All right, bro, just give the ball up." And they kind of all realized at the same time, "Oh
You're not
God, he's
giving that
really
ball
gonna."
up.
Yeah.
That was
That
your
little
second
turnaround
ban.
fadeaway he hit had Heat Twitter in shambles for like 3 seconds until they realized, oh wait, it's fucking Precious.
They weren't scared of him. You know how they treated him? They kind of treated him how opponents treat Chris Silva, just like with minimal respect as a human
Yeah.
being. They're like, "Oh, it's just Precious. Who gives a fuck?" I was like, "Oh man, is that how it looked on the other end last year?" Like,
Yes.
God,
It is. It 100%
I was like,
is.
"Oh boy, that's bad."
Sneaky good trade for Toronto, though, right? Sneaky good trade.
Hey,
That's funny
they're
'cause I
trying
was
to
like-
justify. They're trying to justify, like, nah, but now we don't have to pay Tyler in the future. Like, you know damn well you wish you could pay Tyler instead of dealing with
Right.
this shit.
I love like one of the guys I was complaining about, the ref from Raptors Twitter, had Masai finesse your favorite GM in his bio. And I'm like, not mine, motherfucker. Not mine.
Ain't no finesse on a Vandy. Only Dion did that.
You over here. You over here. Oh, Dion. Oh, well.
Like, Masai saw Precious last year and was like, nah, I still need this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Precious
he
is
just was like, oh, wingspan. And like,
Yep.
I've had so many Raptors fans be like, oh, you don't understand the vision. All these motherfuckers with wingspan. Wait, I'm gonna put a bunch of motherfuckers with broomsticks out there. It don't matter. Motherfuckers can't play. Well, most of them can play, but like, oh, Precious.
Not Precious.
Oh, not at all.
Precious said,
They missed
Precious
Kem
said,
Birch
it's
tonight.
Precious time.
Kem Birch was good for them, and that was they missed that.
I just said, let me show y'all what I've been working on.
I mean, we were missing
Precious
Kyle
time.
Lowry too, so
No. I mean, at full
But
strength,
yeah.
I don't. I mean, I think it's really clear what team is contending for a title and which one isn't. Like,
What was Kyle's personal reason, by the way? I'm curious. Did they ever say? Was it like his mom's birthday and he just took
I
it
don't-
off for that, or
I don't know, but I mean, Jack and I talked about this on WAP, and he's not LeBron, right? Like, this is not because our chat was like full conspiracy mode. This is a home game. LeBron would do this every time he came here because he
That's
he
correct.
like
Right.
this is a home game, right? And it's I'm sure that something happened. He's a private dude, so hopefully all is well with him. But
Yeah.
I do want to talk about this. Bam coming back after missing, I don't know how many games, 20-something games. And the Heat are percentage points out of first. Someone said Kyle had to get a restraining order on G and miss practice. Not surprising. But the Heat, Tiff, are...
Just wanted a picture, man.
I mean, but legit percentage points outside of first because everybody, like you said earlier, in East lost. Chicago lost, Brooklyn lost, Cleveland jumped up to fourth because Milwaukee lost, the Sixers lost. Like everybody lost today.
Mm-hmm.
If I had told you the day that Bam comes back, the Heat will be in a virtual tie for first, how many names would you have fucking called me?
And it's so funny. Before you said that, I was listening and I was about to be like, motherfucker, I would have told you. So Listen, I would have said, shit, they not even in the playoff picture at all. Like, I would have never thought they would be this good. Listen, I'm enjoying it. This shit is fun.
Yep.
They playing together. They trying to right this ship as players come back. And let's hopefully they can take it home. But they look good. They look good tonight. They look like they were having fun as opposed to the last game. The last game, they didn't look like they were having fun. Tonight, they looked a little bit better, a little bit more joyful. And you know what? This is it. We're gonna ride with this team till the wheels fall off.
Everything's more fun without Andre Drummond. That's just a fact.
I believe that, G.
Wait, hold on. Shout out to Soap141 in the chat. He says, shout out to you guys. I took my sister to the game with the tickets I was able to win. I'm Aaron on Twitter. Thanks so much again. And the salty Raptors fans in the arena can suck it.
Let's go.
But yeah, we ended up giving 4 pairs of tickets out tonight.
Yeah.
300 section.
Not because nobody wanted to go to the game. It's just because everybody in Miami has COVID. Like, I'm legit.
That's the truth.
At least 3 pairs of those tickets were COVID-related last-minute dropouts.
Yeah. Shout out to people not going, because there are people. I've heard stories of other people that straight up have COVID that are going to sporting events. So shout out to y'all for doing a public service and staying home.
Thank you for staying home.
We were talking in our chat how Soap and somebody else was congratulating all the previous winners because they were the last 2. And I don't remember if it was you or Jack. And it's like, we have a show about racism and bullying. G, why is our audience so nice?
Really, you guys are really nice. I don't know if you guys come here for your like bad intentions and like to get all your negative shit out, but overall, the audience, people around this show are very kind.
Nice,
very
community.
surprising. Yeah. Kenny, this was one of their toughest games of this next stretch. I love when G starts laughing at a fucking comment before it goes up. Someone said, "We ain't nice to Kenny."
People have been a little nicer lately, to be honest.
Because you're
I still gonna say that because now they're gonna fuck me up, but
because you're at least in 480p and not like 1015.
Kenny, I know with those glasses you saw this coming.
Whoa!
This was the toughest game on this next stretch of games. They could actually be in a position in a few weeks to be in first place. Spo could be coaching the All-Star game, and they don't have a single All-Star.
That's just not true, though. They're gonna have
Tyler.
They're gonna have one. I
don't know.
But the fan voting isn't there. I'm just saying, it would be unprecedented, but it could happen.
No, it could.
It definitely could.
The Hawks had 5. They made Kyle Korver an All-Star. You tell me they're not going to find one of these bozos?
No, so I will say what is wild about that. I think Kyle Korver was like 52% from 3 that season.
Yeah,
like, you got to give him that. But I don't even remember the question, honestly.
That's why I think we need PJ Tucker in there. I'm telling you.
Kenny can't be made fun of more than G
champion.
on MLK Day. That's true. Go ahead, Kenny.
Yeah. This is what I was looking forward to because beginning of the season, they had these games all bunched in together, and we had all these fucking road trips for whatever reason. They had the injuries at that time, so not everything's lining up perfectly. They have guys coming back. Most of these games will be at home now. As far as the no All-Stars, I do actually think that is true. Tyler is deserving, but for whatever reason, the league and media just don't respect him the way they should, so I don't think he's going to get that vote. Jimmy missed a bunch of time. Bam missed a bunch of time.
Yeah.
So Kyle, high key, if anybody on this team, after maybe Tyler, but Tyler and Kyle are the 2 that deserve it. Jimmy's
Kyle
probably the
absolutely
one that's going to
deserves it.
get the nod because the best player on the first place team in the conference is going to get into the All-Star game if anybody does. But out of this team, Kyle or Tyler are the ones that deserve it. Kyle is the one that kept their asses afloat.
Yep.
And he knows about floating asses.
Only thing is, though, the league is so point guard. The league is so point guard heavy. I don't know. He has a lot of competition.
Right.
It really is. The guard position is just tough.
Honestly, hey, I mean, it's the Miami Heat. This is the same team that makes the playoffs every year and catches the media off guard saying incorrect shit because they haven't been paying attention. So, hey, if they don't have any All-Stars, fuck it. Well, they'll do what they do every year. They'll go ahead.
But also, who the hell knows who's going to be available when the All-Star game happens?
Yeah,
yeah, that's true.
There's going to be a lot of
watch it
replacement guys.
anyway.
I feel like the COVID wave.
Yeah, I'm not watching that bullshit.
All-Star game sucks.
Cast the league. You know what I mean? Like
That's horrible.
I don't know how many replacement guys we're gonna get, but Jimmy's. I know that Tiff and I disagree. And by the way, check out our pod tomorrow where we're gonna pick All-Stars on Heat Beat. But I just don't see a world where at least two Heat players, at least one Heat player, probably two, don't get an All-Star nod. I mean, Jimmy is, I think, a shoo-in. I think everybody, I think coaches are just going to vote him in. And I think the games played thing, people are going to be more lenient because like DeMar's missed a ton of time. You know, Levine has missed a ton of time and he's hurt right now. God knows when he's going to be back. You know, Middleton has missed a lot of time. Drew's missed a lot of time. Hart has missed a lot of time. There's a lot of guys that have missed a lot of time. Kevin Durant now is going to miss a lot of time. Like there's too many guys because of the way this season has been that are going to miss so much time. And I just think that coaches are going to be a little more lenient on the games played thing this season because it's just been a shit show.
It is true.
And we do have to remember that the starting lineup is not 100% of the fan vote anymore.
Like 15% or 20% fan vote, and then the rest is media and players, I think.
Is there an official
media is
minimum
just as dumb
games
as
played
fans.
for people that are eligible?
No. As long as you're healthy when the game comes around.
No,
you
that's
can
why
play.
Kyrie was there
That's
last
what
year.
I was gonna get to. Like, hey NBA, don't fucking do it. Don't.
No, but like that
I don't care how many fucking votes Kyrie gets.
Right.
Don't
I'm not
have him
trying to
go
see
there
it.
and
They
infect
changed-
all these fucking players because, like, honestly, fuck you NBA, fuck you Brooklyn Nets.
He won't
Go
make
fuck
it.
yourselves.
He won't make it.
You were so. I don't care. You're so fucking wrong about this Kyrie situation. Fuck, I just said situation. You know what I mean? Like, it's bullshit. Fuck Brooklyn. Fuck the NBA for just totally backtracking on all their shit. He's a problem. He's a problem.
And like,
Go ahead.
how does the NBA let the NFL get something right over them with the vaccine mandate? I don't understand it. Why aren't NBA players? Why is that not mandatory? I don't get it.
I mean,
The
I
Players
think,
Association.
yeah, the NBA PA is way stronger than the NFL PA.
It is, but they backtrack so hard.
Yeah.
On that whole, you know.
But what do you mean the NBA backtracked? What did the NBA have to do with that?
Well, I mean, I guess it's the team really, right? Because their practice facility is privately owned in Brooklyn. So he was technically able to practice all season, and then the players stood up and they're like, "No, he's not going to be involved in this at all. We're not going to have him do any of the games, away games included." But then I guess they backtracked on that. I guess it's more the team than the NBA, but I also think the NBA didn't.
Well, the NBA with those shitty fucking fines, like $1,500.
No, that's
New York. And
City.
also,
Is that New
fuck-
York?
Yeah, fuck
Okay.
New York. Those fines are really fucking stupid.
Well, y'all got
those
that new mayor over here out there
He's a
making
cop.
news.
Fucking
He's a
moron.
cop.
He's a
cop.
fucking moron.
ACAB.
All those fines for those kind of things, they have to be on a sliding scale. They have to be. They cannot, because, you know, for an average Joe, $5,000 is not a small amount of money. But for the NBA, for someone like Kyrie to play, oh, you mean Durant's going to be out extended time? All right, fuck it. Sure.
I'll take
It's like
that.
paying to get in the club, fam.
And then it doesn't get more expensive than $5,000 for the rest of the season per game. That's
Kyrie
nothing.
wipes his
Should we
ass with $5,000.
should we deport him like Australia did Djokovic?
Where can we send Kyrie? Send him
Australia.
off the edge of the flat earth.
He wasn't born in the United States, right? So we can,
Was he not?
Australia.
think so.
Do the
I
Raptors?
say
Australia.
send him to the
Australia.
edge of the earth and just let him fall the fuck off. Since you know so fucking much.
He and Ben Simmons. Australia has a type.
First of all,
What a fucking loser Ben Simmons is.
go ahead. G.
Go off, G.
I don't have anything. I just he's a loser. He's a loser. He's on. Look, I'm not scared of that guy. That guy is hiding from them. The Heat are good and he's hiding. What a fucking coward. Fuck that dude. By the way, fuck Scotty Barnes. How about you fucking grow up? That wasn't a dirty play. Come on, man. Grow up. But yeah,
he said it was a dirty play.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Fuck that. You put me on the spot.
Don't backtrack, G.
I'm sorry. I love Scotty Barnes. Scotty, I'm so sorry.
No. We have that. We have it
no,
on
I'm
film.
so sorry. Take it back.
We have it on film.
Oh, we are gonna play that over and over again. Norza says we in Australia don't like Ben Simmons either. Fuck that guy. I'll tell you who is not a coward. And who's not a little afraid of a little contact. Our man Dedmon, back in his role, backing up Bam Adebayo. Everybody out here talking about Yurt's going to take Dedmon's minutes. Get the fuck out of here. Over his fucking dead toolbox. So let's go to Dedmon's garage.
My favorite, though, that old black man that work on everybody's car in the black neighborhood. You know, you need a little carburetor fix or something. You go to him, he be talking to you whole time with his just hanging off his lip. What you got there now? But you got a yeah, bring that back around about 4 o'clock. There ain't no goddamn problem. I'll put a carburetor on there for you. I used to work out the plant 15 goddamn years. I'll put a carburetor on there for you. Nigga, just bring me back a pair. Boy, you know what, boy? You look like your goddamn daddy. You don't look like you leave.
Best thing about Devin being back is he gets to play that open.
I would love to see the Heat official account steal that graphic with no contact.
Every time they say
Wait,
mechanics,
there's a lot of
somebody
season left.
posts that underneath it. Every single time.
And they add us. It's really fun. That never gets out. That never gets old. for
Oh,
me.
it never gets. It feels.
No,
It
it's
makes me
great.
so
It's
happy.
great. I love it.
But let's go ahead to the first play.
Garage is open, baby.
Here goes Dedmon. I forgot what he did first, but the best part about it is the footwork, which you may call it a travel.
I call it
You
the
might.
Dedmon shuffle.
Exactly. We call that the gout shuffle around these parts. All right? The refs know that motherfucker got gout.
Yeah, but see, Dedmon's smart. Dedmon gave the whole officiating crew an oil change before this. So.
But you know, he don't lift it that high, so they were like, "Oh no, he just pivoted." No, he was traveling like a motherfucker.
Jesus.
Oh my god, it's a big. I love it.
Next one.
This one was more run of the mill.
Just being
Dedmon
big.
cleaning up the glass, exactly. Being big. Ga, 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 on your big
Best
head.
way to beat a switch is with a slip. Power drill.
Tight that shit.
But you know what? It's one of those things that I would love for Bam to have some of this. He has Fred VanVleet on him. He's like, "Give me the goddamn ball," and he takes him Scotty Barnes bitch ass. Ga, 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 ga.
So good.
And this was he was sunning some of these Raptors players. Like there was one offensive rebound where he just basically got on top and clawed that motherfucker away from him. But this isn't that play. This is just listen, I'm not trying to shit on Yurt, but there are just some things that Dedmon's able to do, and the reason that he's gonna stick at that backup 5 spot is, first of all, his chemistry with Tyler is amazing. And they just beat the shit out of second units. But then it's shit like this. Go ahead and play it, Brad. Just there lurking. You know, he sees Max, get beat, boom, cleans it up. Get that shit out of here. Oh, Gianna, nobody. Then he comes down the other end, shuffling the feet again. Just out, look, he's like, come on, let me set that damn pick. Bam! Let me clock the little light-skinned afro dude. Oh. Offensive rebound, give me that. Give me that. Take that. Wow. Give me that, young blood.
He showed a little muscle after that.
You see
Yeah,
that?
I like him knowing the refs ain't gonna call those. Just getting people the fuck out the way.
He said, what little light skinned afro boy, get out.
He definitely pushed him. Get your
Kevin talking
ass.
so much shit. I fucking love him. He's always talking shit.
He's talked shit the entire fucking
I
game.
love that dude. He's incredible. By the way, Alf, I was thinking today, he kind of he's like the Bano Udry of backup centers, just as fucking solid. Alf, listen, Alf used to love Bano. Alf felt
Bano.
safe with Bano.
Bro, Bano was out there. Bano wasn't gonna do nothing spectacular, but you know what he wasn't gonna do?
Fuck
Make
it
any
up.
fucking mistakes. He was gonna hold down the fort, steady the ship until Goron came back.
That shit felt solid. I've never felt safer. He was never gonna turn it over. It was like he was like turnoverless.
He was like a little human European security blanket.
Fucking solid. Lifer, by the way.
Oh, and then first of all, yes. Then Bano, didn't he do that bullshit way against any kind of legal
He
rules?
basically let them out of his contract for free so that they
So
could
they
get
can
out
sign-
of some luxury tax.
And so they could sign Joe Johnson, wasn't it?
Yes.
Retire his number.
Listen, I mean, come on.
Has he
First
been
of
on
all,
like a lot of Carnival cruises since then?
Give that motherfucker a cruise ship, the Bano Express.
Yeah.
I bet you won't catch COVID on that motherfucker.